My name is Jerome Williams, and this is Unapologetic Brain Injuries. We're going to talk about brain injuries as far as a ABI and a TBI. The reason I'm bringing this up is I think there's just such a miss on if people understand what the difference is between an ABI and a TBI. So, as I understand it, right, an ABI is an acquired brain injury. This is anything that happens to your brain that could be internal or external after the time you were born. That's an ABI. A TBI is a traumatic brain injury, which is a external something affects your brain. So that could be car accidents, a fall, a fight, anything that, concussions, anything that traumatically hits your brain. The ABI as a whole is just kind of the overlap, and that's the mother name is ABI. A TBI is traumatic, that's the external, but then you have the non-traumatics, right? So that's things like strokes, lack of oxygen, that is, that could be drugs, it could be infections, tumors. There's a lot of things that can happen within a non-traumatic or internal event that affects the actual brain. So those are the big differences between, they're all ABIs, but then the difference between a traumatic versus a non-traumatic. I'm not a doctor. I personally suffered a ABI back in June of 2020. And as I research and learn, I try to, talk more about it. I recently am applying for jobs, and I always see in the disability piece, like you read through it and it says, do you have a TBI? Well, no, me personally, I don't have a TBI. If the question was, do I have anything that's affecting my brain, like an ABI, I would say yes. I think a lot of people would if you've had a stroke, but you'll see that they'll put TBI, and they'll even put strokes up there separately instead of putting them under the same category. So I think there needs to be more awareness and clearness around the differences of it affects the brain. So it's an ABI. It just is different if it's non-traumatic or traumatic. So this is, just a video just to kind of put my 2 cents into of what I know about an ABI versus a TBI. If there's other things that people would like to share, I think that'd be great. I think more conversations that we can have around a conversation between a non-traumatic and traumatic brain injury, and that awareness gets out so that even in the aspect of just, filling out a job application, it's clear. I think that would be something beneficial for the brain injury community. Thanks.